Welcome, Sagittarius, to your guided healing reading. This is Sachi, and we are going to be looking into what is going on in your healing journey, what is keeping you stuck, or what wound are you stuck in, how to get you unstuck, and then some general advice on how to heal whatever is going on. Please do remember that the top 2 videos with the most likes get a bonus reading the following month, and whichever sign comes in first gets the extended for free for the regular reading and the bonus reading. So if this resonates, please do remember to hit that like button. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. Additionally, I would like to let you know that I do have a 30-day free trial subscription for my website. So if you're interested in becoming an Eagle member, that would give you access to the extended to the video, extended to all videos, so you can watch for your sun, moon, rising. And also you have access to all the extendeds from previous months as well. And you also have access to my musings page where I post about astrological transits and some other esoteric information and so on. I would also like to let you know that my books are open again, finally. So if you're interested in working with me, feel free to book a reading, whether it's tarot and Pokemon card reading, astrology, or one-on-one spiritual mentorship. All that can be done on my website. All right, let's hop into it, Sag. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We had the Knight of Swords with the 8 of Swords in reverse, Judgment in reverse, Magician in reverse, and Death in reverse. So really powerful 3 major arcana here, I gotta say, Sag. So with the Knight of Swords, it feels like things are finally moving forward. It definitely feels like unfettered and free is what I'm hearing. With the 8 of Swords coming out in reverse, it's like you're finally no longer shackled by these limited beliefs, these restrictions that were sort of self-imposed in some sort of way. You may have figured out that you were self-sabotaging, perhaps with a mindset or something like that, and you finally cut yourself loose and you're moving forward. However, we have Judgment, Magic, and Death all in reverse here, which is telling me that it's like you're moving forward, but there wasn't like a huge transformation, if that makes sense. Like you didn't really have to go through metaphoric death and rebirth here. And, you know, with Judgment, Death, and Magician all coming out in reverse, you know, during the cleansing ceremony, what it was kind of saying to me is like, again, you didn't go through this huge transformation, but now I'm starting to tap into something a little bit on the darker side, to be honest. Judgment in this card specifically is like alchemical blood magic. Like, as you see, there's, you know, she's rising above from the ashes. And anytime the Magician comes out in reverse, it can sort of be some stuff with nefarious intent. And with the Death card in reverse as well. But regardless, you're finally out of a bad situation, and this may have been the bad situation that you were out of. Maybe something that was sort of sucking the life out of you, or something that made you feel like you couldn't make a judgment call for yourself. Right, like black magic, anything that's trying to supersede your free will. Then we have Trainer, Rapid Strike, Scroll of the Skies. So this energy kind of gives me the same energy as the Knight of Swords. See how they're both like moving very quickly. So again, I do feel like there are some things that are moving very, very fast, and it's using grav drop. So I'm feeling like a change in gravity, right? It's like things are different, but not necessarily transformed. It may, again, may be like the environment around you that is transforming here. And then we have Lurantis using Solar Cutter. So Lurantis is Mantis Spirit. So for those of you who are aware of Mantis Spirits, there may be something there for you. But this is happening in the heart chakra. And with Solar Cutter, solar is, right, the sun energy. So there can be this sort of cutting energy to the light aspect of what may be happening here. So yeah, we're gonna check and see here. It's interesting because your counterpart, or sister sign I should say, Gemini, their reading was called Blinded by the Light. So they had like, you know, tons of light and perhaps maybe there's a little bit of a shadow aspect to what's going on because of that, right? The solar cutter, like light is being cut. Anyway, let's see, Sagittarius, what is going on for you? What's going on in your healing journey? All right, so we have the Five of Wands. So there's some chaos, conflict, and it's not just you. This is something that has to do with either the collective or the community, or, you know, multiple people that you're involved with, because as you see, they're all sort of blind, hitting each other, thumping each other over on the head, and they're going to disrupt the nest. So basically, it seems like your hive, or whatever hive mind you are part of, has been disrupted. Wow. Okay, Devil in reverse, Tower in reverse, and Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So again, some powerful major arcana is coming out. And like I said, I was feeling that sort of darker stuff. And with the Devil in reverse, again, it feels like you got away from that type of energy. So that's kind of what I'm feeling. You're dealing with the repercussions of sort of chaos after avoiding the storm, is kind of what it feels like. It really feels like you dodged a bullet here, to be honest. Again, with that Judgment and Death and Magician in reverse, it felt like something that was trying to supersede your free will. And with the Devil in reverse, that's energy of getting rid of something that's trying to supersede your free will. So again, it's really emphasized here. With the Tower in reverse and Queen of Pentacles in reverse, again, whenever the Tower comes out in reverse, it can be that you were like avoiding a Tower moment in some sort of way. So again, it feels like you sort of left a situation before the Tower crumbled. And with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, there could have been a, oh, okay. So at first I thought that this could be someone involved here, and they may be, but it's kind of telling me it's also your energy that may be projected out towards someone that you're interacting with. But this can be someone, most likely a feminine, who is very stingy, who is not nurturing, who doesn't maybe take care of their body in healthy ways. But it also feels like perhaps whatever this chaos and conflict has happened has sort of caused you to maybe disregard nurturing yourself in the way that you need to, specifically perhaps finances. In the light, we have the solar plexus. So, you know, there's a lot of ego going on here. And that's what Five of Wands can be considered as well, right? It's like everyone's like, oh, you know, they're blinded, they can't really see, but they're just sort of, you know, again, thumping each other over the head. And one thing about the Five of Wands is it's sort of, you know, everyone for themselves type of thing. They're not on teams playing around. They're just, you know, fooling around. And so with the solar plexus energy coming out here, again, there's a lot of ego going on, a lot of sense of self. So again, if you were toxically attached to something, whether it's a relationship or addiction or job, whatever it may be, you know, you would define your sense of self as that. It's like, hi, I'm whatever your name is, and I do this, or I'm this person's friend or family member or lover, whatever it is. And so now that you're no longer toxically attached, you know, your ego, your identity is like, okay, well, who am I? Basically is kind of what I'm getting here. Let's see what's the shadow. Coming out stuck, we have Rylu using kick. So Rylu is a baby type. And so I feel like your inner child is basically sort of acting up. And that's kind of the Five of Wands as well. It's just sort of, you know, a little bit of childish behavior, even if it may seem fun. And Rylu is a psychic type, but it's a fighting card. So it's actually fighting and psychic both. So it feels like, again, there is some fighting energy that's going on, and it does feel like it has to do with the inner child or someone else's inner child as well. It says it knows how people in Pokemon feel by looking at their auras. It doesn't approach dangerous opponents. Yeah, so again, it feels like you knew. You knew about the dangers, and you were like feeling how toxic the situation was, and you figured out, okay, I really should not approach this situation. It's kind of like you may be this guy right here who's like seeing them, right? It's like he's not part of it, and he's like, wow, you know, they're all about to learn, you know? And it feels like that's what you decided to do, is like, all right, I'm getting out of here before it turns dangerous for me. So let's see here. What's keeping you stuck, Sag? Okay. All right. So we have Six of Pentacles. There's some breadcrumbing here. So there may be sort of little things that sort of pull you back in momentarily. With the King of Wands in reverse, it feels like it's not necessarily that anything physical is manifesting is what I'm getting. It's more mindset or thought based. And let's see. Yeah, the Emperor. Again, I feel it's like someone who can offer a lot is only offering breadcrumbs. You know, they may say whatever it is, and it's like as soon as you start moving away, it's like, oh, here's a breadcrumb sort of thing. So I definitely feel like, yeah, there's some sort of breadcrumbing going on. And whoever this person is, it's not that they're just the King of Wands, right? It's like they're the Emperor, which is sort of all four kings. So you may think that this person sort of has it all. But the truth is, again, you're only accepting breadcrumbs here. What's the light energy? We have Ladybug collect. Yeah, so it's like all these breadcrumbs are basically collecting here. It is in the heart chakra. And then we have Go Lurk using Megaton Fall. So yeah, it seems like you've fallen for this person. And that's what I was kind of feeling with the gravity drop. There's sort of this like lowered density. Or I guess, yeah, I mean, if gravity dropped, it would kind of be the opposite. But it felt like sort of a dissension energy. Again, something tried to really bring you down, even if you didn't recognize that that was what was really happening. But the thing is, you know, you fell for someone. If you fall, you're not ascending, right? So this person, you may have even enacted sort of the primordial fall, if that makes sense. And yeah, all of these sort of breadcrumbs have been collecting, and it seems like a lot of the, there's just like a lot of love that is collected in your heart here is really what it feels like. Let's see. Let's do Go Lurk first. It says, there's a theory that inside Go Lurk is a perpetual motion machine that produces limitless energy, but this belief hasn't been proven. And it's an automation Pokemon. So again, I feel like some things are just sort of automated responses, and some of that can be due to the inner child because it's not being nurtured in the way that it needs to be. So when breadcrumbs come, it's like, oh my gosh, I could collect these breadcrumbs and oh, I'd have a great meal sort of thing. And part of it is, you know, it's talking about having this unlimited energy and, you know, limitless perpetual motion machine, but it's never been proven true. It's kind of like someone who's like, oh, look at me, I'm the Emperor, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, okay, then why aren't you providing things like the Emperor? You know, why are you just giving me breadcrumbs? It's like none of it has really been proven true. Does that make sense? It says these very cowardly Pokemon join together and use Reflect to protect their nest. So someone is definitely afraid to sort of speak up about the situation. And they may just be sort of putting up it's like the reflecting energy. Let's see what's the shadow here. We have Spiny Punch. Interesting. This also came out in Gemini and a couple other readings as well. So Cacturn using Spiny Punch, which is saying that, you know, talking about the spine, there is some like out of alignment energy within the energy centers here that's keeping you stuck. And part of it can be that you're not getting enough, not even breadcrumbs, but it's like you get sort of drips of water and breadcrumbs. It's like physically you're only getting, you know, 0.01% of what you deserve, and emotionally you're only getting 0.01% of what you deserve. So it's not even just being breadcrumbed, it's also being water dripped, you know. It's sort of breadcrumbing, but emotionally. And because Cacturn is cactus spirit, which is all about, it's all about, you know, being able to survive with very little water. So I feel like there's not a lot of emotional fulfillment here. It says, packs of them follow travelers through the desert until the travelers can no longer move. So again, there's this aspect of like herd mentality and like groups or whatever. And it's talking about following a traveler until they can't move. And Knight of Swords can be, you know, traveling energy. Obviously, Sag, you also represent traveling. So it's kind of like, again, there's an energy of being worn down here. Worn down through breadcrumbing, through, you know, things that are said or promises that are made, but nothing's really been proven. So let's see. Let's see what Mother Moon would like to say about the situation. We have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So I am recording this on the 16th of March, and we have the new moon in Pisces on the 21st of March. If you're surprised by me saying that, I recommend that you look up at the sky and see actually where the moon is. What constellation is it in? It's definitely not in the constellation Aries, I'll tell you that. But meditate and contemplate. So it seems like you need some stillness. Again, it seems like things have just been sort of moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. You completely got out of this really toxic situation that was, you know, sucking the life out of you basically. And then you just kept going and sort of never stopped. And that's where, you know, it's like you're even breadcrumbing your own self as you are moving forward here. So it looks like you need some time to reflect and get into that Piscean energy. We have a huge Pisces stellium right now. Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune, of course, right? The native planet to Pisces, and Venus are all in Pisces at the moment. So big, big, big Pisces energy. It's time to really tune into the unseen and get a lot of aligned spiritual guidance at this time. So let's do a chakra card is what I'm feeling called to pull. Although there is one more. Hold on. This is a new deck that was gifted to me. It's a little bit on the dark side. But let's just see the shadow aspect of what's going on. What can help your shadow work here as we head into the extended? And as I mentioned, the extended, we're going to look at how to get you unstuck, what we can do in order to, some general advice on how to heal this wound. So we have this coming out and this. So luck, understanding how to tap into luck. And as I mentioned, I'm recording this on the 16th, and tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, which is obviously, you know, a very lucky day, or at least it's known for luck, right? And so this card is all about how to shift into that vibration of luck. And Sagittarius, Jupiter is your ruler, right? It's your ruling planet, and it's the planet of luck and abundance, both of which are vibrations that you can shift into. So this is saying, hey, it's time to change your luck. Okay, it's time to be the luckiest possible. You don't need to get breadcrumbed or anything. You deserve royal flushes, right? And there are a lot of things here that are considered sort of bad luck, right? We have the black cat. We have Friday the 13th that are actually lucky. So I recommend, you know, starting to shift more into luck and doing things that maybe are more superstitious and sort of tapping into your own energy about these things, because it looks like ding, 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 you know, you hit the jackpot, but you just need to shift into that vibration of that jackpot. And then we have this, which is all about fragmentation and understanding how all of the pieces fit together. And things may not necessarily be clear at this time, but once all the pieces come together, it will make so much sense. And that's how it feels like this superstition and sort of all these things that lead up. Because look at her. She has her, oh, there's actually a broken mirror, right? Which is considered bad luck. But it's like how to change bad luck into good luck. There are certain methods of doing that, and it's through emanations of Jupiter in order to do that. And, you know, she has her lucky dice. She has her, you know, 4-leaf clover. She has her horseshoe and all these sorts of things. And she even has this hand that's a symbol of I love you, I believe. So, yeah, there are like all these different aspects of harnessing luck, right? And again, the pieces are going to come together here. And that seems to be one of the pieces that's sort of missing, is you may feel like you're down on your luck. Like things, you know, things should come easier for you than any other sign. I mean, it's just plain and simple because Jupiter's your ruler. We have the 5th chakra, the throat chakra, creative expression. I'm committed to sharing and revealing my thoughts and feelings by being creative in my communicative style and using expressive language. I express myself through talking, singing, sighing, laughing, and crying, and through the use of my talents. I consciously use my senses to experience my world more fully. I see, hear, smell, and feel more, and I become more aware of my surroundings, such as the weather, aroma, peoples, nature, sounds, and sights. So this is not only about being creative, it's also about being perceptive and sort of the way the universal throat chakra is communicating to you. And it's talking about tapping in to your senses more. And that is definitely hacking your second house in your natal chart. So getting more in tune with your 5 physical senses happens in that area. So I would definitely check that, especially if you have a Jupiter in the second house, or maybe you have a Jupiter in Taurus. That would definitely extra apply to you. But it seems like it's part of the puzzle here regardless. So as I said, we are going to head into the extended. If you would like to follow me there, again, there is that 30-day free trial if you want to see the kind of value it is to be a member. And the link is in the description box below, and I will see you there.